Hi there. After 17 years of struggling with pornography, I eventually got free. And I want to share with you the steps that I took to get free. Simple steps that you can do too, and you can be free no matter how long you've been stuck on pornography. Only two things are required: a sincere desire to be free and working the steps. Now, let's start with two questions. The first question that I have for you is this: do you want to be free? That's the first question. For 17 years, I struggled because I didn't really want to be free. I struggled because I said I wanted to be free because it was the Christian thing to do, but I really loved watching pornography. Yeah, it's a crazy thing to say from someone who claims to be a follower of Jesus, right? But that was the truth. And once I came to terms with that, because after 17 years of New Year's resolutions, it had to become clear to me that something was off. And the thing that was off was me. I didn't want to be free because I loved the sin so much. Now, that's the first question that you have to answer before you start out on this journey. This journey will only make sense if you can tell yourself the truth. Now, you might be saying to me, how dare you say that I don't want to be free? I'm watching your video, aren't I? Well, the truth is, you might be doing all of the things that you're expected to do as someone who wants to be free, but do you really want to be free? Now, the only person who can answer that question is you. Now, I wrote about my own journey because when I realized how addicted or attached I was to the addiction, it became very clear to me that unless I got rid of that attachment, that desire to watch pornography, I would never be free, no matter how many New Year's resolutions I made. So I would like to invite you to do two things. One, sit in the privacy of your own soul and answer that question. And two, if you could, you can download the free copy of the digital format of the book. It's linked in the description of this video. The second question that you're going to have to answer is, do you know who's behind your addiction? Hey, you might say, that's me. I'm the one who's behind the addiction. I'm the one doing the act. Well, yes and no. Okay, yes, you're the one doing the act, but no, there's someone actually behind the addiction. And that is something that I had to realize for myself after I answered the first question. I realized that there was a predator, an unseen predator following me around every day, waiting for those moments when I was vulnerable, and in many cases, creating those vulnerable moments where the addiction was triggered, and then I would fall for it yet again. So, do you know who's behind your addiction? Pornography is not just the content you watch and respond to, but pornography is a demon. Now, if you're watching this and I've lost you at this point, I expect to lose a lot of people at this point, because if someone had told me this much earlier on my journey through the addiction, they would have lost me too. It is an addiction. The Bible tells us that the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. John chapter 10, verse 10. Life is very spiritual. And if you haven't noticed already, I'm a Christian and I'm approaching this from a spiritual perspective because I've found that that is the only way this works. I've successfully been able to guide another person through the journey that I took, and today they are also free. And that is why I'm making these videos, because I felt I should do this to pay it forward and help more people. Jesus tells us that there is a thief that is out there tracking you down, attempting to steal, kill, and destroy you, and that his purpose is to give you a rich and satisfying life. Now, I tend to agree with Jesus that there's a thief out there whose desire is to steal from you, kill you, and to destroy you. And once I realized that I was dealing with something beyond the physical need for sexual release or the attraction towards these very erotic content, I realized that I was dealing with something that was so insidious that the end game of this being was to destroy me and to essentially eradicate every hope of me being a useful person to my family and to the world. And you need to understand that that is what is at stake. The Bible tells us very clearly that Satan and his demons are out there with one desire: to steal from us, to kill us, and to destroy us. So, how do we solve this problem? Well, we're going to be talking through the steps that you will take, how to recognize the activities of these unseen predators, and what you need to do in order to take control of your life. Now, I'm going to be leaving you here. I have a bunch of questions that you do need to answer sincerely. I have these scriptures that you need to think over, and I hope that this has given you a pause and you can come back to the next video, which should be coming up soon, and be ready to start your steps towards freedom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.